You telling me the guy, that guy. What was his name again?
Sammy Lee. He was Bruce Lee's brother.
Yeah, but what? Who are we watching in general here?
Tiger Mask.
Tiger Mask.
The original Tiger Mask.
The original Tiger Mask.
One of the most influential wrestlers of all time.
And you said the other guy, something to do with Bruce Lee. Now what is?
Tiger Mask. Before he was Tiger Mask, he was Bruce Lee's cousin or brother, Sammy Lee. That was his name.
His character was Bruce Lee's brother? So he wasn't really Bruce Lee's brother.
No, he came out in these like silky, like yellow pants with a stripe down the leg and like a kendo stick and like the Bruce Lee haircut, like the straight cut in front, you know, and like it's a pretty good gimmick.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to walk up here to Sky City. I'd take me a nickel 385 and walk in there and get me some kendo sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Did we get this one right? gonna do it? Let's get it ready. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, Jay. We'll settle into it.
Well, one of your friends wished us a good show, so we gotta do a good show.
We'll get into it. Let's get excited about it. Motion.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us for Grown Man Record Night. What do you got there, Jay?
That was what we were talking about in the opening. The Great Tiger Mask. We're watching the DVD.
Oh yeah, you found the DVD. Where'd you find that anyway?
East Bay. Like $5. It's 13 hours. It's a really good.
Okay.
Those that don't, I'm a big wrestling mark.
You're a mark.
Yeah. So, have been my whole life, and so.
Okay. Cool. Hey, thanks for joining us for Grown Man Record Night. It's been an interesting couple of weeks here. You know, last week I did the morning shift.
How was that?
Sucked.
How was your weekend recovering? Was it pretty good?
The weekend was pretty cool, though.
Sleep a lot?
You know, you would think I would have slept a lot, but I really didn't. It was kind of back to normal business. And then I was back on the politics train this week, chasing down politicians. Having a good time. And now that's over because our primary is Tuesday. So
that's right. It
celebrating
is,
with some cold beers. Jay?
By the way, we were just talking about wrestling. Did you see where Kane won the Knoxville mayoral primary?
No, did he really?
And he's a Republican, and the Republicans never lost in East Tennessee, and so they say he's a shoo-in now to be the mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Wow.
Kane is going to be the mayor. Kane's bringing hellfire to Knoxville.
I've spent some time in Knoxville.
Oh yeah, me too.
I like
nice town.
That's the one didn't I just tell the story about the Walmart in Knoxville?
I don't remember.
I was up there in a for a fishing tournament.
I guess I should have got my records together, by the way, for this.
Whatever. Yeah. I went up there for a fishing tournament, the regional championship, mind you. And I go in.
Like what?
I can't remember.
What?
No, I can't remember. What. Part of the Tennessee River chain, and so I go up there, and after day one, I need to go to Walmart, pick up some things. I've kind of figured some things out, and I need to pick up some supplies. I walk into Walmart, and finally it takes me a few minutes, so I've gotten up at like really early morning to fish, 12-hour day, tournament day, no food, no water, I mean, crazy. So I'm just like in like zoot land, and I get in there and I realize like everybody in the Walmart is like college girl, blonde, what you would think of as cheerleaders from your high school, all in that Walmart. That's what the entire place looked like. Right, and it blew my mind. Hot blonde chicks in college everywhere. UT's right there.
Well, it's a college town.
It was nuts though, to where I was not even just like, oh, I'm gonna, It was just like, this doesn't look right. I know what Walmarts look like. Yeah. There's a lot of Walmart over here. Did you understand me when I did that voice?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Walmart over
here.
Yeah. You do it again?
No. I can tell you my Knoxville experience.
Well,
a young 6-year-old.
Jay, I'm afraid we're out of time.
A young 6-year-old Jay and his family.
Yeah.
Took a summer vacation to the World's Fair in Knoxville in 1983.
Oh.
The World's Fair used to be a thing that the kids don't know about now, I'm sure, but it used to be a big deal, the World's Fair. I don't know if you ever heard of it or anything.
Hey,
some of our viewers have probably heard of the World's Fair. It was a thing back in the day. Anyway, we went to Knoxville, and that little ball thing they got.
Butt ball.
Did that.
Yeah, my uncle invented that. Hey, we got our buddy Aaron Griffin joining us on the stream. He says he went to an NXT house show last night. Said it was good times.
Where at?
I think it was in Florida.
Did Chad Lale wrestle?
He said it was at an armory in BFE, Florida. There were about 100 people there. It was great.
Well, that's how the.
That's great.
I went to the Ring of Honor show. See a big wrestling guy?
Hey, big wrestling guy.
Yeah, I went to the Ring of Honor show back when it was like that, back in February. Was Chad Lale on the card, Aaron?
Bartow, Florida.
We're friends. We're friends.
You are? You and Aaron? You know Aaron?
No.
You ever seen him with his shirt off?
Maybe, I don't know.
You want to?
Send me a Facebook friend request.
Oh,
we'll talk
romance.
All right, we'll talk wrestling. I love talking wrestling.
What the shit else was I gonna say? Oh, so this was we were talking about how it got kind of stupid. Everybody was calling it Star Wars Day.
Yeah, I'm not really into that myself.
In the record world, no, we talked about this before, it's actually Dave Brubeck Day.
Yes.
5-4.
Which means a lot more to me than...
So we'll talk about that a little bit more in what's in what we played. Some kind of shitty news, a couple of shitty stories. I hate doing shitty stories. Sometimes you lose your wristwatch, Jay, and you have to just put your hand in the shit to get it.
Okay.
And this is a couple of those stories. I'm just going to have to cram my fist into the shit to tell you guys that, number one, Gibson file for Chapter 11.
I've got something to add to that.
Okay. It's sad. I mean, I've never been a Gibson guy. Growing up, I was a Fender guy, matured into like a PRS type guy. Now I'm a Parker guy because I'm a weirdo. Mm-hmm. But, so I've never owned a Gibson guitar, but I mean, that's one of the, come on. Just because you like Nirvana and not Pearl Jam, you don't want Pearl Jam's bus to catch on fire necessarily. You know what I mean? So it really sucks to hear that about Gibson, but I have read a couple of articles that have said, like, no, Chapter 11 is a good thing. This is going to allow the company to get their shit together to make some payments so that they don't lose it. And that's cool. It's a little reassuring, but I'd like to see it a little more time before if I figure out if that's really what's going on, or they're really...
Well, no, I heard the same thing,
yeah.
But I read another thing too that is likely to happen.
Yeah.
Is that somebody will come in and buy it.
Somebody will swoop in.
Gibson is not going to like...
Yeah.
Somebody's going to come in and buy it cheap at the very end if they have to.
The
name's
like
not going to go away.
A lot of other companies where it's like, oh, they were good, but you should have played them when they was in the, you know...
Hell, Fender might bomb for all we know. I mean, you never know. I mean, you know.
That'd be crazy. And also, this is nuts, and this really hurts my feelings. I read that Shure is going to stop making cartridges.
Oh, I thought you meant deodorant.
No.
I swear to God, I thought this was...
Raise your hands if you're sure.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't see Shure anymore, do you?
But I run Shure cartridges. I run
a lot of people do.
I run the I can't remember the freaking name of the DJ where they screw into the deal. Comes with a head shell and all that jazz. Yeah. But apparently they're going to be discontinuing the whole thing. So it's announced.
So sorry to cut you off.
No. I'm reading. I've not read this.
But were they making shell or cartridges back in the 90s?
Oh, sure. These are the first like DJ carts were the Shure M44s. Sure, it's one of the legendary carts.
But like, you know, vinyl was pretty obsolete, you know, 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, they've always been around.
15, 20 years ago.
Doing that shit. Making it since the 40s, including the first cartridge capable of playing both 33 and 78s, as well as design innovations such as the needle tip principle, which minimizes record wear, and the trackability engineering concept. So, I mean, they've always been kind of at the forefront of kind of what's going on, and thanks to our the first good buddy I had here on Grown Man Record Night, Sean0612, DJ Sean NJ. I was looking for new cartridges. I've been rocking, you know, the Newmark $20 jobs. But what we do, I have 2 tables here, and I do a lot of back queuing and stuff.
2 turntables and a microphone.
Not because I'm Ricking it all the time, but because I need to be able to back queue and get things set. So I couldn't just get like let's get an Orderform 2 red or whatever, you know. That's not going to work because that's not a DJ cart. So I wanted the best DJ cart I could get for the money, and he recommended these Shures. I want to say it's the, look up the name of that cart, Jay.
What cart are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
I don't know where this is going.
Maybe somebody's going to tell me.
I don't know. This is weird. This is really weird.
This is getting weird. Here it is. White Label. It's the Shure White Label series. I was trying to think of the name.
Okay.
But anyway, hey, Aaron says Arn Anderson is in Greensboro tomorrow. He's running a wrestling clinic.
Let's go.
Are you serious, bro?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, I wonder if he would just sign my pecker. I'll be honest with you.
Get it hard for him, probably.
I'd like Arn Anderson to sign my pecker.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I enjoy spending time with my girlfriend, don't get me wrong.
What state is Aaron in? Florida?
He's in North Carolina. He went down there to do a little project. Aaron works for the CIA. He kills people for a living. The government okays it, so it's no big deal. Don't get your panties in a bunch, Jay.
Wait, Aaron.
He's been on the program. Go back and look up the Aaron Griffin episode of the program. It's an early episode of the program.
Okay. We may have crossed paths. I don't know. Anywho.
Sucks though, man. My Shure white labels are going to go away, I guess.
I'm an AT guy on the needle.
Audio Technica? Yeah, but you don't, in terms of a good sounding...
Not that I know what I'm talking about or anything.
Because a lot of times, a good sounding cart is one thing, and then like a DJ cart's another. DJ carts blow out the bass, and it's too loud, and because you're in the club, you want it to be like, ah, cha 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 cha. You've been club cha, yeah, cha 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 cha. And
is that a cha-cha club?
Yeah, I just want to.
All right.
Come on, guys.
All right. I'm trying to do a show here.
So anyway, Sean recommended this, which is a great middle ground of a really precise and just nice sounding cart, and it's a good DJ cart. And what I love, there's no connecting the wires in that shit. It comes with a head shell. You screw that bitch in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like
Done deal.
I definitely like the convenience
deal.
of that on the DJ turntables for sure. That one you gave me is really nice.
Well, that's one of my old head shells. It didn't come that way.
That's one of the old.
It's an Audio Technica, isn't it? Or Newmark.
What's the red one? It's probably the Newmark.
Yep.
Okay, I got a question for you vinyl enthusiasts out there. So I've noticed on these the tone arms, the screw where you screw the shell in, you know.
Right.
They make a couple different sizes.
Butt sizes.
Which one's standard, the larger or the smaller?
Probably 4.
All right.
I don't know. Don't even ask me.
Okay, I get a smart ass answer.
You can leave us a C down below.
Trying to ask a serious question. I get a smart ass answer because I want to order one for that turntable actually. I'm thinking about maybe going a higher end, you know, like.
I would Google the turntable and see if you can find like a spec.
I have, and I found the actual PDF of the instruction manual.
I'd be
manual.
guessing about business if I was doing that.
So, yeah, but I want to get a nice, cartridge for it.
Yeah. What's the deal with the table? I don't remember.
It's at JVC. You bought it.
Oh, that's right.
Goodwill.
$5 JVC turntable.
It's the JVC something quartz. It's a nice. It's $150 turntable on eBay.
Yeah.
Got a good reputation, and
I got a pretty good reputation, Jay.
So, yeah.
For fucking.
But fucking. Hey, look, Bret Hart when he looked like he was young.
All right, man.
Looks like he took a dump in his shorts.
I'm pretty sure I did earlier. You ever heard of high definition vinyl?
Sounds
apparently
like
next year it's kind of happening. A $4.8 million investment. An Austrian startup says it can have HD vinyl by 2019.
Don't they call those CDs?
Oh, come on. Whoa, you just opened yourself up there.
Vinyl's pretty high def.
If you want to reach him, his email address is LJ.
LJ go F you.
Nah.
No, but seriously though, isn't vinyl already kind of like the highest grade of audio you can get?
I guess this will be like an audiophile.
I mean, because they got the MoFis are pretty high.
So it says, I've not really read this because I'm just like, high definition vinyls move closer to a turntable near you. In 2016, a European patent filing described a way of manufacturing records that the inventors claimed would have the highest audio fidelity, louder volume, and longer playing times than conventional LPs. And apparently now they're putting it to work. 2019 it's going to come out.
Interesting. I wonder how many people's going to sign on for this.
Or if it's going to be $65 a record. Who gives a shit? I'm not doing that.
Somebody will.
Somebody will, and that ain't me.
As long as you can convince them.
Shit, brother, I won't pay damn $10 sometime.
I'm pretty thrifty myself, you know.
Laserdisc. I got some Laserdisc now. I like my Laserdisc. Somebody left me a comment, Aaron, when I posted some Laserdisc stuff that I'd found, that the place that I work has a Laserdisc burner in like the archives. And I was like, no, so say what now?
What's the archives?
No, just a place, old equipment stuff. Chances are it's been shipped out, thrown away, recycled,
so if
whatever.
it's in the archives, you have your choice to go in there and get it if you want?
No. But I mean, I ain't really got no use for it, but I'd like to see one.
Well, I'm sure
I'd like
it
to see a Laserdisc.
I'm sure this looks like a Laserdisc.
Laserdisc burner, dude.
It's like
that's Bonkersville.
It's probably like that tall and.
You just described my high school sweetheart.
But just like it's like that.
Yeah.
You know, but it only plays one disc.
It makes a noise like
it's got one little slot. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's enough.
But that laser display you got down there, like if they made one of those nowadays, that thing would be like the size of a laser disc.
It's so cool though. I love it. I love it so much.
Who owned?
Nope.
Who owned laser disc players back in the day? Like rich people?
Yeah. It was the dad that you know like had the home theater.
The hi-fi.
Yeah, the hi-fi dad.
Yeah.
Which was awesome because Ryan cameraman had a family friend that had that dad.
Oh really?
Gary. And you have to be named Gary to be that kind of dad. He's like, "Oh, why don't you come in here to the theater and I'll show you what I've got. I got a new amplifier."
Oh, they had a home theater.
You ever heard of a company called Denon? Do you know what frequency response means? He was one of those dads.
Oh, yeah.
So he had a laser disc player.
Yeah,
I never saw one any other place other than
high school,
Gary's.
middle school, actually.
Gary's. Well, yeah. They played it in school.
Yep.
So I started off, last week, opened up a great big old box of Thunder from our buddy Ragnar in Iceland.
By the way, did you eat all that chocolate this week?
No, I got a little left in there. We can get on it in a little bit. Nothing. Chocolate and a cold beer goes real good together. I think.
Sure.
Figured out.
Chocolate and
I like
anything goes good together.
I like a stout and a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Get you a Hershey bar and a Guinness.
Or you could just get you the chocolate stout at the little brewery.
I think it's better. Get you a Guinness and a Hershey bar. And just go to town. Manja. This is one of the records Ragnar sent as VCLT last week. Mezzoforte. Okay. This is from '82. Now listen to it. At times it reminded me of like a fusion-y jazz, that 70s into 80s fusion kind of sound. Other times it reminded me like Steely Dan, or probably more precisely, what's his name? Donald Fagen. Sound like a Donald Fagen album at times. Funky, precise, jazzy, had a lot of the elements that of Good Time Business for sure. It kind of almost a Passport at times.
Okay.
So that's not. I've got like 6 Passport albums, so that's perfect.
Right.
Thank you very much for that.
All right.
Enjoyed it.
Cool.
Went over since the Cats peed on Jay's. They didn't pee. They sprayed on Jay's records
last week.
Which we'll get to those in Dig of the Week because Jay didn't do them because they were dripping with sperm.
Cat pee last week. Yeah. Well, is it sperm?
Jay likes. Some sperm on his cat sperm on his records, but not quite that much.
Not cat usually.
But anyhow, in true spirit of that, I bought a record I've been looking for. This is something that happened a few months ago. I've been looking for this record a long time. A good OG copy. I don't want to buy like a reissue because it's one of those records I just really wanted to have the original. I'm like that about some records.
Well, you can just buy the reissue everywhere too.
The Smiths, Me Is Murdered. And this was a pristine OG US copy. And I was so happy to find this. Came on here and talked about it on the show. Just, dolted over this thing for a couple of weeks as we played both sides on the show. And left it out here one night. And the Cats pissed on it. Something I'd been looking for years, really. Without just going on, Discogs or eBay. And it's so funny how life works that way sometimes. That's something I've been looking for so long. And then
maybe you weren't supposed to have that record.
Cats just piss on it. But you can see, look at that piss stain on the back. And this thing was immaculate.
For all you piss ants out there.
Yeah, it's
pretty disgusting.
Yeah. But anyhow,
you can have my Beatles revolver.
No, it's fine.
You can have it. No, you can have it. It smells like pee.
No, it doesn't.
You can't take it back home to my cat. I can't take it home to my cat.
I stuck my nose right up on it. Trust me, you can't. You're good.
And my other 2 digs are yours. That one right there is yours.
Take the
Play the hell out of that.
No.
Play the hell out of that record.
This is a little poppy record I picked up for a couple bucks on Prestige. And I forgot I had this. I don't know where the hell this went to. Get Up and Get It. Richard Groove Holmes, who I freaking love. Cameron had a Richard Groove Holmes. This got Eddie Edwards, Pat Martino, Paul Chambers is on this. Billy Higgins is on this. This is from '67. on Prestige, like I said.
Sweet.
You run into that one, man. That's a pretty smoking LP, I'll have to say.
That's Prestige. It can't be bad.
That's true. The Richard Groove Holmes. God, I can't think of the one cameraman. It's got Richard Groove Holmes and another cat on it.
This is 1967.
Yeah. So.
And I've said it numerous times on the
Say
show.
It again, Jay.
But I love how these old Jack records they tell stories on the back.
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
about the recording of the record. I think that's great. I wish everybody still did that.
Pulled out another record from Ragnar last week. And I have to say, this is probably my favorite shit he's sent so far. This is Plagen.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, this has got Booby on it, or if it's a Booby record, or if it's just got Booby. I'm sure I'm saying all this shit wrong. I couldn't understand a lot of this because of the language, but it is fantastic. This is another early 80s thing, and this is great. I can't really explain, kind of bluesy based.
I commented
that you thought it was who?
The Doors.
The Doors. At first, it kind of sounded like the Doors. Tilt that down so it's...
Maybe not verbatim, but you know, I mean...
Yeah, it was, it's different, man. I really dug that one.
Yeah, it was good.
That's probably my favorite so far out of that mix. And I like Booby anyway.
Yeah, no, the one that we got, that he sent us over a few months ago,
right.
that's got Booby on it.
That's got Booby on it. That's like a new wave.
Early 80s. Yeah.
And that's kind of, this is kind of new wave, maybe. What we played earlier? Would you put it in? But it had a little more bluesy rock influence going on too.
Good. Whatever.
Speaking of bluesy rock influence, actually that record ran out, and me and Jay were kind of sitting around going, "Oh no, the record burned," and I just kind of went stab into the thing.
And it was a great stab.
Pulled out little Carl Perkins Blue Suede Shoes on Sun Records. I mean, hello, come on. And I played side. What side we played? It's not the Blue Suede Shoes side. The other one.
A. No, B.
What's on there?
Turn around, gone. Her love rubbed off. Make love. You can't make love to somebody. Let the jukebox keep playing.
Good stuff, man. Really, really, really dug.
Yeah, you kind of smart me up on Carl Perkins.
That's what I used to. I learned that as a smart-ass remark when I was a little kid. It's like, you like Elvis Presley? And like, I'd rather hear the real songs. I like Carl Perkins.
Yeah, I mean, as a
because I had
kid,
some smart-ass cousin that said that.
well, as a kid, like, I didn't know, you know, and you don't hear about Carl Perkins like you hear about Elvis. Because
you don't see him around much anymore.
No, the Elvis Sun, like the Sundays, you know. I thought, hey, that was Elvis, but that was really Carl Perkins doing that, you know. I mean,
that's it. That's what I think about it anyway.
It's cool what you learn as you get older, folks.
Hell yeah, butt balls. I told Jay, I was like, you know what? I feel like hearing a little Mastodon. Why don't you stick your arm in on there and grab me one of the Mastodon records? Jay said,
yeah, Blood Mountain.
Jay wanted to hear Blood Mountain.
Well, it's brought back a memory or two for you.
It did, because I was like, hey, wait a minute, when's Blood Mountain from? And Jay looked it up, and I knew it was kind of around there.
September of 2006.
September of 2006. And when me and my band played with Mastodon, Killswitch Engage, and Slayer. You guys heard that story?
Just a little band. Little gig.
But anyway, they were touring for that record. That was November 2006, Thanksgiving Day, and so that was September. So it would have been, there would have been support for that tour. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's a killer record.
It's a great record. Probably my favorite Mastodon, which I'm not an aficionado like you are on them, but I love that.
That's your favorite?
Well, that's one that got me turned on to them. So yeah.
Once More Around the Sun's probably my favorite. It's a little. I mean, I love the early stuff for the rawness, but
yeah. That
one just seems to have songs that I sing in my head over and over.
I was telling you, I got turned on to them. They were playing what was that track that was? They had the one track that was pretty popular, Colony of Birchmen. I saw them on the old Conan O'Brien show, the old 1230 NBC show. They're on there playing. They blew my mind, man.
DJ Trish joining us live for probably the first time ever. Trish, what's up? We appreciate the shit out of you. Thanks for joining us. Holy cow. I'm excited. That's the first time you've joined us live, right?
Holy F.
I'm pretty sure.
No, what is DJ Trish?
Out of New Jersey?
Okay.
Sends us the mixes?
And the cool stickers and everything else. Okay, okay. Because there's the other Trish, and I thought
the other Trish does the chip sheet. Is why some people get confused sometimes. So.
I'm not sorry, Trish.
Come on now, Jay.
I'm not that bright. I can't remember anything. Hell, I can't remember what happened earlier today. You know.
She said she did a live chat earlier tonight. It's pretty cool, right? This is pretty fun.
Is she on YouTube now?
She's on the YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. YouTube Live. That's the
on the
that's
live
the new
stream.
Fandango thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube Live.
Good stuff. I wanted to come out of that. I figured, man, it would be really cool. And actually, I've been doing some research this week. I've been playing a lot of guitar, and I was like, man, I wonder if there's a pedal that would help me get that tape warble. And I knew like tape delay, that'd be a good place to start. One of the old tape delays.
Get you a real one. Spend a couple grand, get you a real one.
No, but I want that tape thing that Boards of Canada does. So I've been thinking about and playing a lot of Boards of Canada this week. You guys know I'm ape shit about these guys. But it's been a little while since we played a couple of tracks off Twoism just a week or two ago. Oh, last week, this 420 show, I played Smoke's Quantity.
That's right. Yep.
But this Campfire Head Phase is not my favorite, and so it doesn't get played as much as the other ones for sure. Hey! Cats are in the sink.
Got some cat scratch fever going on.
Something to throw at them. But this, I remember hearing the Dave Van Cowboy track on Adult Swim used that a lot.
Okay.
So it was a little
sweet,
grabby of a song.
That's awesome, dude.
And like I said before, it's 5/4, so I had to play the Time Out record. The Time Out is really the one in 5/4. This also has Blue Rondo a la Turk, which is a 9/8, which is bonkers. But it's funny how I read a little thing today talking about how Brubeck was really he was getting bored with like normal jazz and the time signatures, and so he did this to kind of pep it up and make it a little different. And it's interesting that I often find that like things like Dream Theater or some of the like fancier like fusion and prog stuff, make no mistake about it, it's music for musicians. A lot of people that are not musically wired in their head cannot keep up with that time signature because you can't tap your foot to it, blah blah blah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somehow Brubeck kind of bypassed that when he wrote these songs, because I mean, I know people that just like good music to hum a good tune.
Yeah.
Blue Rondo a la Turk is like, it's right there on your tip of your tongue.
Well, I think I've told you this before. In my...
What's up, Chad? Thanks for joining us, bro.
What little music knowledge I have, Dave Brubeck, out of everybody else, who seems like a freaking musical genius.
Oh, that's the first. I've got it right here. I'll be easy about it.
And I'm not a sheet music guy, and all this stuff, but
the very first jazz I ever heard in my entire life, and I keep it in this drawer. Show this off, Jay, if you wouldn't mind. It's Dave Brubeck. We're all together again for the first time, which I went and bought the record. This was my dad's cassette, and I literally got a little to this one. Other way, I'm sorry. Up, up, up. No, hold it up, move it up. There you go. Nope, too far. There it is. Wait, little, there it is. Yep. That's my dad's tape. And it was in a big stack, and I was just going from like tape to tape. What is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? And I put that on, and I was like, oh, now wait a minute. And it's got this live version of Take 5 with this just butt bonkers drum solo on it. And we've played this on the show before.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that tape introduced me to jazz and made me a fan for life.
He's a genius.
Literally.
Man. He is dead, right?
He passed a few years ago. We did a big thing.
Yeah, he was a genius. It's full of funny story about Dave Brubeck. So Ace Frehley back in the 70s, like Kiss is making money out of their wazoos, and Ace Frehley buys his house in Westchester. Ace Frehley buys his house up in Westchester, New York, outside of New York City, of course. That's like the high dollar area.
Right.
And goes out, he's living there like 3 months, and goes out to his car one day.
In the early month of May.
Yeah. Or no, don't go. Well, whatever. And
Rap.
never talked to his neighbor before, and says hello to his neighbor, and it's Dave Brubeck.
Ha.
And
Wow,
says he's a really, really cool guy. Like they got along great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like hearing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Shit.
So we got some people in the chat
Yeah,
tonight.
we got Bill's Box of Sound joining us now
It's
too.
lit up.
Hey, you know, I've been playing a lot of guitar this week. I think I mentioned that earlier, and something that kind of really motivated me. I kind of got hooked on an Earth vibe and a Dylan Carlson vibe. Was listening to a lot of his stuff and kind of pull out the amp, and so I had to play some tonight. This is God, I always screw up the name of this one. This is after they went from kind of drone metal to more like country rock.
Okay.
I don't know what you call this. People that are into stoner and doom stuff love it, even though it doesn't sound like that. I don't know
You can
why.
call it whatever you want to call it. I mean,
Hex or Printing in the Infernal Method. I can't remember the year for this,
Okay.
but this record. Any of these I'm still missing The Bees Made Honey in the Lion's Skull, which I think is like the coolest album cover ever made.
Yeah.
But Dylan Carlson was, you know, known for being Kurt Cobain's best friend. A lot of people said bought him, gave him the shotgun.
We'll put him in jail then, man. Yeah.
But in Earth, he was the inventor of the drone metal, the Sun. That hurt my throat. But then later, he got into doing. I describe it as
heroin.
I describe it as music you would drive overnight through the desert, just kind of zoning out. You know, where it feels like you're having a good time, but you may also have a body in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Well, can I tell you something?
Please, Jay.
I don't think I've ever told you this story
Okay.
before. No, not really a story, but
I'm trusting you here.
back in high school, I was a little wild. And I got wild, like, very early. Like, I don't want to get the whole story, but my friend, though, that...
Is this a cousin virginity story?
No. My friend that turned me on to everything, like, we would go get high in his car after school.
Okay.
Well, this was back in my wild days, you know. I mean, you know about
Hugs, not drugs, Jay.
And we would go get high though, like stoned, like nothing like crazy hardcore drugs, but
tying off.
And we would go. I couldn't drive yet. This is how long ago it was. I didn't have my driver's license.
Yeah.
And so we get stoned, and we take his car out, go on the highway, and put on symphonic music.
Yeah.
And drive.
Oh, yeah. I used to do that.
For like 30, 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Just put on the symphonic and just...
Put on like classical music.
And just not say a word.
Yep.
And it was... I mean, I was like 15 years old.
Huh?
You know, my parents don't tell my parents.
Ah.
Sometimes I was a kid, you know. So.
Not everybody.
The wacky weed.
I was a good boy.
That was the wacky weed back then.
Oh, What a Woman. Jerry Reed, last record we played before we switched over to the old YouTubes. This is 72 on RCA. We played side one, which had Oh, What a Woman, Roving Gambler, Woman Shy, and Wayfaring Stranger.
That's right.
Holy.
That's right.
Woo. Honey Hush.
Jerry Reed.
That is a real deal man right there. You ever see what a man looks like? Look no further than Jerry Reed, you bunch of whoos.
He's really one of your all-time favorites, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And one of the best guitar pickers is just to be able to, like, the way he carried himself and played guitar and just talked. It's country funk, man. He was a funky ass country dude.
Him and Jimmy Dean confused.
The sausage guy?
Yeah, well, the country singer / sausage guy.
But you're talking about the sausage guy here.
Oh, he was a country singer too before he was a sausage guy.
I don't know about that part. What I know about is him. You know, they got them breakfast sandwiches you can put right in the microwave.
He liked to deliver sausage, if you know what I mean.
I do. I do know what you mean, Jay.
If you do know.
I'm sticking this cracker in my mom's cheese ball.
What does she have to say about that?
You guys probably remember my mom's
cheese hole?
The King's cheese, Richard Petty's wife's cheese ball.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
That recipe.
I've tasted about that too.
Actually, any of you guys want the recipe? We put the recipe up on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
You got to check that out.
By the way, I got my hands on some jalapeno jelly this week. You big jalapeno jelly guy?
I've got some pepper jelly right there.
It's more of a Christmas thing, it seems like, in my family. Is that the case?
That's what I got a ribbon.
Somebody gave me some this week, though. So
our good buddy Jeff, that's also been on the program.
Is that like a fruitcake thing? Like, kind of just...
no, it's good. Like it. It's good stuff.
No, I like it, but I mean, to a lot of people, I don't know if it was like kind of like the equivalent of fruitcake. All right, we now got Greg the Hammer Valentine from 1981 on.
81.
Yeah.
That's a good disc, man.
13 hours straight. By the way, we need to do, we were talking about doing a marathon show. We need to do it one of these days.
We've kicked around this idea of like doing something for charity where we stream records for 24 hours.
The My Pocket charity.
Take some, the buy some beer charity, the Human Fund.
That's right.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? We stream records for 24 hours
I think
straight.
everybody would be up for that.
Oh, yes!
Yes!
Things are getting out of control
That was
already.
something else right there.
Things are getting crazy. Hey, Shane.
I had a save like that in years, man.
I feel like you were leading up to something else. That was a lot less tawdry than it sounded like it was going to be.
I don't know what I was going to say. Yeah, so you're now the proud owner of a Beatles Revolver record.
No, dude, I've got it.
Great shape.
There's nothing wrong with that record.
Great shape record.
I'm telling you. There's our Facebook. Go look for that recipe. It's on the Facebook page.
Okay.
What you got, Jay? You got some stuff, the records from last week.
I got 2 decks from last week, and I brought I got one record that has to do with something that happened this week.
Okay.
So.
Bring it on.
Well, I will do this. I forgot to do this one earlier. This is one we played. Ted Nugent, double live, nothing extra crazy. Just
yeah, I'm not the biggest Nuge fan.
no, but
that's a good record.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
Love him or hate him. Well, most people hate him, obviously, but he's a great guitar player.
I like the Amboy Duke stuff a lot better than I do his stuff.
Yeah, he's a great guitar player. I mean, there's no denying it. So
he likes his treble.
Yeah, he's a straight up Fender amp guy back in the '70s. So anyway,
when's that from?
77-ish.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, man?
78.
Not for nothing. I've heard this a couple of times last little while about albums.
Mm-hmm.
Is that albums are supposed to capture? It's like a snapshot of that time, that year, that month, that time. And some records, and that's a pretty good example of that. Where I don't really want to listen to that much now, but that really does encapsulate
70s concert experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
This is the double live one.
So that helps me not hate on it as much.
And you can find Ted Nugent records cheap too. They're not bad. I mean, you'll find some duds here and there. But
it's a rock record. You guys like rock records?
No, I will say my favorite is the first Ted Nugent record. See that one, pick it up. It's usually between $1 and $3. That's a great record. Anyway. The theme record, I told you I had one for a theme.
Right.
I brought Appetite for Destruction. It was announced this week. I don't know if you saw this or not. Appetite was being re-released. A 74-song box set.
Whoa. What?
I don't know that. I haven't heard the details of it. If it's like unreleased stuff, it couldn't be 75 unreleased tracks.
I mean, what is that about?
It's probably just a lot of outtakes. I'm assuming
live stuff. Maybe.
I think it's all stuff that was supposed. I don't.
You know where that was recorded?
One of the big ones. Oh, was this Sound City?
I don't think it's Sound City.
It was one of the big. It was one of the big studios out in LA.
Anyway, it ain't no big beef. It ain't no. I ain't starting no whole big beef.
Anyway, though,
so also, I thought about bringing that because I was going to do a playlist tonight because Steve made a recommendation. He couldn't join us this evening. He's looking after his daughters.
Yeah.
That's what parents do, apparently.
Yeah, they do.
He's
being responsible.
He said he thought about doing a Gibson playlist. I was like, oh, that would be kind of cool, but I needed more time for all that.
I'll bring
that was one of those.
Let's have a Gibson guitar where I'll bring our Gibson guitars over. How many you have? You don't like Gibson guitars?
No, I don't own any. I said that earlier. I don't. I've not bought it.
I like Gibsons.
Yeah, you like Gibsons?
I have a real Gibson. I didn't tell you. I do. I own a real Gibson now.
Okay.
I'll bring it over.
All right.
Knowing they were going out of business, I bought one.
Okay. Oh, recently?
No, I've had it for a little while, but...
But that was one of the ones I was going to tell you to bring. Just slashing his Les Paul. That's a quintessential...
He actually played a copy Les Paul on the record. That's
Really? That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, great record. I don't know how you can make it 75 tracks better. But.
No, I don't really know how.
Well, and Guns N' Roses, I mean, you know, they're big right now. You know, doing the whole like stadium tour thing they did last year.
Chad said Jay brings a medal. GNR's top 5 record of all time for Chad.
Yeah, that's me too. I mean,
that's my first taste of like I'm a wild out a little bit and buy me a record that's a little bit. My parents probably won't like the fact that I own this. That was the first thing I had was that.
There's not a bad song on that record.
No, it's not.
It's right up there. It's probably, I don't know, top 5, definitely top 10. Desert Island Records. I got 2 more. What do you got?
I'll do one. You mean do one?
Yeah, sure.
So I went over to Hippo Records in Greensboro, North Carolina today.
Yeah.
Our good buddy Patrick. And I was going through the new arrivals. And or maybe it was just in the metal section, and I found that I was like, Metal Church, the Dark, $1.99.
Yeah, I would have picked that up.
And I was like, oh, I don't have any Metal Church at all. And he's like, yeah, what you buying a beat up Metal Church record? And I'm like,
hey,
yeah. So I looked at it, or Jay pulled it out. I mean, the cover's a little beat, but the record looks
it's never been
crazy
played,
good.
Right?
I'm gonna fuck you cats up.
Yeah,
sorry. Excuse my language, everybody. I'm sorry. I mean, these cats are making me mad.
This is from back in the day.
Yeah, that's a second record for them.
86.
86, really.
Yeah, this one guy's got a Jesus.
I wrote some stuff down about it, I think. No, wait, where's it at? Yeah, it's the second full-length, released 6th of October, 86. The last album featuring the group's classic lineup of David Wayne, Kurt Vanderhoof, Kirk Arrington, Duke Erickson, and Craig Wells.
Kurt Vanderhoof, that's the one I was thinking of that's still pretty active in the scene.
So this is the last one with the real lineup. I don't know I remember Metal Church, but I don't really know them.
Thrash metal.
So
LA, or are they LA? Oh. Did you say?
I closed it. I already closed it.
It's all good.
I closed it.
Yeah, good. 80s thrash metal band.
Nope, I closed it.
Kind of along that same lines of, you know, what was big in that era.
Yeah, it was one of those that I think like I was into the same kind of music, but it was a tape that like my buddies had and I never had. So I know it, but I don't really know it. Like
it was definitely a good era for metal. I mean, that's when Metallica was exploding.
Sure.
It had already exploded then, and the birth of thrash, the California thrash scene, and I think it kind of falls in line with it. So
everything going on was pretty cool, really.
Yeah, man.
In that area.
So I'll do one.
Yeah, do one, Jay.
Okay, this is one of the pissers from last week.
See, smell it. Seriously,
no, I'm holding it right here.
You can't smell it. You can't smell it.
I went to the same store last week. Had some time on my hands, and I went the day after Record Store Day. Yeah, I went the day. Well, no, it was Monday, so it was the first day he was open after Record Store Day. Yeah. So he was very picked over.
Sure.
So I wasn't really finding much. This is one of those places where I go into, I'm going to buy something. You know, I can go in there and just to talk or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I bought Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. I saw this, and I've seen it. You know, it's not a very hard record to find most places. But I'd been kind of tinkering. It'd be kind of nice to have because it was his first record after Born in the USA.
I don't know this one as well.
Well, this didn't come out until '87, and Born in the USA was like what, '84.
This completely skipped me by.
Well, the Tunnel of Love video I remember very vividly from my childhood because, you know, in the summer that was kind of our age when we were kind of heavily influenced by what videos on MTV.
Where you watched MTV all day.
Oh, and that was a pretty regular video. The Tunnel of Love. I remember it's just real slow, and I think he wrote and produced and all this record.
I do kind of remember that track.
A little more synthy, I think, in spots and ballady or whatever, but it's cool. I mean, it's, you know, I have a lot of Springsteen, and I really like Springsteen as a, you know, artist and everything.
Yeah.
And so It's probably not going to be up to the level of the past stuff, but whatever.
I only got one more.
I got one more too. So.
No, you're gonna give me a revolver.
No, I don't. That's yours.
No, dude, I'm telling you.
I just brought that. I just pulled that for no reason last week. So.
Which? Oh, that's just your revolver?
Yeah,
I thought you bought it last week.
No. I bought it a year or two.
Well, what you got?
This was a total stab.
Okay.
The babies, I didn't know about the babies. This is from the early 80s. Well, let's see. From
I've been looking for some
1980. 1980.
Okay.
And the only reason I got this is because I looked on the cover and it was John Waite on the cover.
Oh, okay.
You know, the 80s guy. And looked up, and Steve actually last week kind of gave me the rundown on what this is. It was a semi-supergroup, Jonathan Cain on keyboards.
Jonathan Cain.
Journey,
okay.
He might have been the only other. Anyway.
Is Rick Darris on anything?
No.
No?
But this is called Union Jacks.
Not
Steve says it's a very good, underrated record.
Rick Dees.
So, yes, I don't know if I showed it, but...
Cool.
1980, I don't know what to expect. I'll check it out here soon. Maybe we'll play it sometime.
Cool.
If you know anything about it, send us a message.
Yeah, leave us a comment. You know shit about that record. Oh
man, my fingers smell like
no,
fucking
it doesn't.
piss.
No,
man.
it doesn't. Get out of here. It does not. I had those all up in my mouthpiece earlier. It won't smell like nothing.
Hey! And one cat's trying to fuck the other one in the asshole.
Oh no.
They're getting ready to fight about it too.
Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, kids.
Okay. That cat's literally getting ready to give birth right there.
Yeah? No, it's not.
Dude.
No, it's not.
Dude, look at its tail.
No, she's priming.
Is that the mother?
Yeah, she's just priming.
Dude, she's got something.
No, she's priming. Well,
it really...
Maybe it's a prolapse type situation. Kitty?
All right, this is going to be historical on air.
So you guys ever have those records that for some reason they hang around in your local shop and you pass over month after month after month and it's just kind of like, yeah, I like this record, or maybe I'm not into it for that much money, or this other stuff I'd rather have, and you pass over. This is one of those records. I've picked over this record. It's in the regular stack. It's not on the new arrivals. It's not on the wall. It was a $20 record, but it was in the regular stack, and I kept seeing it. And I'm a fan. And we're a fan. Mike and the Melvins, and the name of the record is I can't ever remember this. It's on Sub Pop. 3 Men and a Baby.
Okay.
So the Mike and the Melvins part is this started, the story of this thing is it started back in '99, I think, but it didn't come out till 2016 on Sub Pop. Mostly recorded in '99 by Tim Green. Further production was delayed over a decade. Album finished in 2015 with longtime Melvins associate Toshi Kasai engineering and mixing. Now the mic is this Mike Kunica? Mike Kunka? I don't know this guy. American bass guitarist, best known as a member of the drone metal group Godhead Silo. Also been a member of the groups Dead Low Tide and Zameen, both based out of Washington State. So that's the mic. I kept trying to figure out who the hell this mic was. Because I kept seeing it, and it just didn't jump out at me. But I sampled some of the stuff in my ear, and it's that late '90s Melvin sound, which is kind of one of my favorites. It's kind of coming off Houdini, the Stoner Witch, and then they kind of went a little bit, I don't want to say more polished, but there was some records that were just weird and bonkers and had just noise. But the ones where they actually really played, they were thick and gnarly and just heavier, I think.
Yeah.
Somebody had said because that's Buzz was still playing a Les Paul then, so it had that same kind of creamy, rich gnarl to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've not heard this record, and I'm really stoked to pick it up. And I'm finally glad it's on. Pull that shit out. It's on white vinyl. Let's see what it looks like.
It's almost
pulled it out.
It's almost like it's in a box or something.
That's what I thought. This is like an alternate. It's a U.S. special. It's like a die cut cover. Check it out. Oh, it is. It's like a sleeve. No? Oh, look. It's in the... Okay, here we go. So it's got this pink... Oh, Jesus, I'm dropping it. I drink a lot, folks. So it's got this pink thing, and it's like a big sleeve. And that pulls off.
That's really nice.
And you got the... that's the regular cover. I think that's the actual cover.
That's a really nice... look at the light right there. It's really nice.
And then this is a gatefold, which is also dope.
Looks like it's brand new.
Yeah. And it's on white vinyl.
Yeah, somebody bought this and never really
realized that it's not Houdini or not.
Listened to the first song, and
it may be a little out there. I don't know. I don't know if it's one of those Melvins that you're just like, okay, all right, you know. I'm trying to listen to a rock record, not listen to my blender give birth to a Pavlonian.
I don't know as much about it as
horse
you do there.
But anyway, we getting ready to play this mug here shortly. So stay tuned on that mug. So that's kind of the dig. That's everything you got, right, Jay?
That's it. Nothing spectacular this week.
All right. Well, there's some spectacular stuff. What are you talking about? All over the place.
By the way, I don't know if I told you, I never did find that Animal Chin record.
No, nobody had it?
Well, I think the guy in Winston-Salem had it, but the guy in Greensboro didn't have it. So.
No?
Maybe one of these days I'll come across it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's out. You check eBay. If somebody's
I ain't trying to do that.
Oh, you love it. Jay's a flipper. You like flipping? Jay's your flipping guy. He flips for you. You want him to flip?
I got a Goodwill story. I don't know if I told you.
Flip Wilson.
Did I tell you my Goodwill story about the golf clubs?
Yeah, you told me, yeah.
Still bothers me.
All right. Well, hey. Butt balls. So what we're going to do is take a quick break. We'll come back with a little So Speaking Chip Chat. So you guys hold on to your panty britches, and we'll be right back.
We got good ones tonight.
We got some good stuff.
Lake Dolores, the magical water world that features the most exciting high-speed water slides. The family fun place that offers relaxation and incredible thrills just off the I-15 Las Vegas freeway near Barstow. Call now for special rates. Glide down the 200-foot water slides up to 50 miles an hour. Good, clean, safe fun. A thrill a second. Bring the kids. Picnic. Camp overnight. Fly the giant swings at Lake Dolores. The magical water world that guarantees a fun-filled time.
You better be good. You better look straight. Cause you really want that 128 Commodore 128. You'll use it for your homework. You'll use it to get dates. For English, math, and science class. And it's fun to hack around. Tell your folks you need a higher intelligence at a lower price. Commodore 128.
Businesses come in.
He's here! Ooh, what's his name? Everyone, this is Tubbs. Hi, Tubbs. Ooh, he's so sexy. Where'd you meet him? On 976 Party. Where else?
Do you want to meet new people? Call 976 Party.
And it's fun to get together on Tubbs.
Get together on 976 Party. Only $3 plus toll, if any.
We'll be waiting. Call now!
Must be 18 or over.
Nesta.
Tell you about when I was in Florida, we used to go to the dog tracks when I used to go down there. How fun that
Yes, honey?
was.
You know we were talking yesterday?
Yes, we were.
What'd you bet on?
Do you know about periods?
Well,
Yes, what about periods?
Do you have periods? Yeah.
All right, we're back.
All right.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you sticking with us.
Talking about the
Record
Kentucky
Night.
Derby tomorrow.
The Derby's tomorrow, yeah. I'm not a Derby guy.
I'm a dog track guy when I can find one. Me and Pete Rose used to like hang out at the dog tracks down in
Get
Florida.
bowl cuts, look at dog dicks, whatever gets onto it, you know.
Tell you, me and you should go to the dog track sometime.
Yeah.
Horse race tomorrow, though. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Horses. What?
I heard something today that just was so dumb. All right, I was listening to a nationally syndicated sports talk show on the radio. They had a horse analyst on there. Horse racing handicap.
How'd they fit him in the studio?
And this is a nationally syndicated show. And he goes as far as saying horses can't talk, so we can't tell how they feel exactly. He said that. And I said, if I've heard anything informative, I've heard that.
That's like a dad joke. You know what I heard on the radio today?
That was his answer for a question. Well, they can't talk, so we don't know exactly what's wrong. You know?
You guys may or may not know, and I think we may have done it in the past. Maybe we have not. There is what is known as the Mexican Coke. You get a glass bottle of Mexican Coke.
I knew nothing about
which uses actual cane sugar. Doesn't use the high fructose corn syrup.
Okay.
And my local groceteria does carry the Mexican Coke. But today what jumped out of my fancy was they also carry a Mexican Sprite. It also is in a glass bottle. It also has Spaniardy talking on it. Refresco. You guys ever seen a Sprite?
Was this?
Nope. It's in the Mexican section.
Is this in the soft drink section?
No, Mexican section.
Okay. Because our local grocery store has a half an aisle for
where all your tacos and your salsas and you know it's in there, and like some actual legit where Guaritos and
if you know how to cook, that's your your aisle.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's actually you got to pop it off. So I'm bicking it, of course. Got a bic down here.
Well, I'll have to look for that next time I go to the grocery store.
Let's try.
Same price as regular.
It was $1.20 for this guy. So yeah.
Is that I don't know if that's on par with the rest.
Well, it's only. This is a 12 ounce, I guess, and 16 would. That's probably
it's glass bottle though. Glass bottles are more, so obviously. Why'd they go away from glass? For environmental reasons?
No, glass is totally recyclable.
So why not produce glass?
Probably. I'm sure it's cost. It's all whatever it is you're going to ask. The answer is going to be cost. The back end of that, I mean, it's Sprite. Don't make no mistake about it.
It tastes like Sprite.
But that back end has more of a glassy, not syrup stick to the top of your mouth kind of flavor. To me, that last little piece of it seems a little more transparent than a normal Sprite, where it's not that stick to your mouth sugar. It's still sweet. Don't get me wrong, but
that's a good summertime afternoon soda.
It really is.
Okay.
That's good stuff.
Pretty good.
And yeah, I know a lot of you going, it's Sprite, you jerk offs. But yeah, it is a little different. I could talk myself into believing this is the same exact thing, or I could talk myself into believing it is completely 180 degree different soft drink.
Are you in the?
And it's probably somewhere in the middle of that.
Are you the person that says everything in a glass bottle tastes better?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
See, I'm not that guy.
Certain things, and I think a lot of that is nostalgia. Like my first job was I worked at a golf course where they had the glass bottle sodas, and you know you could.
Part of the cold bottle.
And I grew up drinking glass bottle Pepsis. My mom bought those.
Oh yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
Take it back to the grocery store and recycle them.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I never once thought this tastes better than the ones in the 2 liters or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what we got for Soda Speak. But that's good. You guys check out the Mexican section of your local groceteria. There's a lot of sodas in there. There's Ritos and mineral waters, and there's the Cigarette Mundial, which I think is it's an apple soda. I don't speak Japanese. But
one of our local grocery stores here now has a section devoted to craft sodas.
Craft sodas.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's not one you go to, so.
Huh.
But maybe it'd be worth your time to go to one, although there's not one very close to here.
Oh.
HT.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm in there a lot.
Yeah, it's not a huge section. It's probably 15.
I don't have cable though.
10 foot wide, but it's gourmet sodas. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
No, it's not a huge.
So in the South, check out Harris Teeter.
Yeah.
Harris
yeah,
Teeter.
yeah. Out of Charlotte.
We're not sponsored.
We're out of Charlotte. So. Yeah, so that's it about that. So
cool. Mexican Sprite. I'm digging it. Let's get into a little chip chat action, Jay. Now, I don't know what we got left over there.
Yeah, thin pickings right now. We had 2.
Really? We're getting close over here?
Yeah.
Well, what I did was I just told Jay to grab something over there. So I don't know. I don't know what this is. I'm not really looking at it.
This is a wheat crisp that's vegan.
It's a vegan wheat crisp.
This is crushed red pepper flavored, so it sounds like it could has potential to be good. Just looking at the packaging, it looks like a bagel bite almost. You know, like you
looks
get the Chex Mix or whatever.
You got a little story on the back. Tell us what it's all about there.
We eat better. We set out to deliver you a better, healthier snack. We went back to the basics with a natural and easy to pronounce ingredient to develop the perfect, better, bite-sized treat. Ingredients are whole wheat flour, organic blue agave nectar, sea salt, crushed red pepper yeast. Sounds pretty dang good.
That's pretty good. Where are they out of?
Allsip, Illinois.
Okay.
Hometown Bagel Company. Give them a look up if you ever.
I've recently got back on the trip of those no salt added chips. I love the fact that they. Oh, you just did it. Look here now. That we used to talk about that. Remember that?
Yeah.
You couldn't open the bag.
This discussion.
Oh yeah, these are total bagel chips. Yep. It's like
the Chex Mix bagels.
It's like if somebody took a crouton and mashed it flat.
I don't taste anything.
That's like country fried air.
So that's crushed red pepper. Maybe they put the wrong ones in there.
I mean, I taste a little burn.
I don't taste anything. That's bare.
These are.
It's like a wheat thin without salt.
Very bland. Rustic. Grainy.
No, they might be very healthy. I don't know.
I think these would be great on a salad.
Yeah.
But they're like little bagel chips. Eat a few of them and start burning a little bit.
I feel it now. Pretty healthy.
Or fiber, probably.
Have some fiber. Probably good carbs.
Everybody's got to look out for their dukes.
I get it now. That pepper's way late coming in there.
There's what now?
It's way late pepper coming. That's like a minute long wait.
Well, anyway.
I mean, it's not horrible.
Let me throw this out. Now we're kind of done with the chip chat. But for our folks that are sticking with us here late night, we appreciate the hell out of you for doing this with us. I've got a question I want folks to leave a comment about. Because I had a little situation today. Now there's records like this Melvin's Records, which I've passed over a few times because I've other things I wanted to get more. And I have certain thresholds for, okay, I love 10 Years After, but it's not a record I'm going to go spend $10 on, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's a record you'll find for $2 or $3 most times. But then there's another category of what I would call guilty pleasure records. Stuff when you get a couple of drinks in you, you're like, oh yeah, 38 Special, you know? Yeah. Those kind of bands. So today I ran into one of those records and I kind of been looking for it for a little while. Europe's The Final Countdown. I had the tape when I was a kid.
Does that have Carrie on it too?
Yep.
Oh.
And I was like, man, yeah, I'm buying this. It was $5.
I would have bought it for $5.
You think so?
Yeah. But I mean, it's just depending on who you are, though.
I put it back. Now I probably should I've got the money. I mean,
what's if you really want it?
And I do really want it, but it's a record I don't want for $5. I want it for $2.
Well, you don't like buying records just to buy records.
That's $20. I bought $20 on this guy.
No,
I'm big spender.
I'm saying buy stuff just to buy stuff. Though.
Big spender.
You're trying to cut that out. You said.
Yeah, I do have to watch space, so I can't just like, oh wait, We heard a little rumor, folks, that Steve Fever has hooked up with a major jazz record score.
The place he got it from always gives good scores.
Like 50 cents, and he got like a stack this big. So
everything
in the next coming week,
this is like everything in their crate is 50 cents. And they got some
legit jazz records.
In there, yeah.
So here in the next week or two, or God, it'll probably take 6 weeks of Steve being over here. We got some good jazz records to go through. That's what we call a deep tease. We appreciate the shit out of you guys joining us at Grown Man Record Night, being our friends, being our fans, being our loved ones. What? You guys can always keep up with us on our oh wait, I got the stinger thing. I should cut the stinger off.
The what?
The stinger that makes it sting. You don't want it to sting, do you? Our Facebook thing. And now it's not even gonna work, so it ain't gonna matter.
Well, F it. We'll do it live.
Facebook, YouTube, you guys know where we're at. Hit us up. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Good luck out there in the crates, and we'll see you next time on a brand new Grown Man Record Night. Peace and love to all. Good
night.
Goodbye
and good night.